let's start with our very first phone, which is the A17. Original price, it was 231, but now they dropped it to 149. This is a super affordable phone, okay? And you know, don't let the price fool you. You might think like, wow, so cheap must not be good lah. No, 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 okay? Oppo, right, they really produce affordable, super affordable phones, but they are also super high in quality and top in performance as well, okay? So if you get this phone, right, it comes with 2 years Oppo official warranty, so no worries about that. This particular model comes in 2 colors, lake blue and midnight black, and obviously you can see for yourself that this is the lake blue version. So let me show you a close-up. So this is a premium leather feel design, okay? No leather, no synthetic leather is used, but it just feels like leather. It's just, when I touch it, right, it just really feels like leather lor. It's really cool, feels very professional, very sexy, okay? So you can see for yourself, it is a very unique geometric style that has tactile reassurance thanks to a freshly designed one-piece fork leather handset wrap, okay? So it's very kind to the skin and very resistant to dirt, and you can also like wipe off any dirt very easily. So let's talk about its capabilities. Let me just roughly turn it on. Oh, sorry, it's this button. Okay, I was fiddling with it, okay? So in terms of camera, right, it has a 50MP AI camera, so it's a very ultra clear rear camera. I was taking some photos with it just now as well, so I took this outside the office window and you can see how clear it is. It is so pretty looking, okay, with the colors and everything. So incredible image resolution, ensuring perfect detail as you can see for yourself, okay? And then you can even like do close-ups and scenic vistas while you can like just see all the construction going on in the background. Okay, so it also comes with portrait mode. Portrait mode, you need to change to the front camera. Wow, that is not flattering. Now I know how Tori feels. So the portrait mode features a perfect blur so that you can create professional grade pictures comparable in quality to like SLRs. And then we have a selfie HDR. So even if let's say you take photos with like backlight, right? Okay, the A17 camera will capture everything in clear detail even in the darker areas, and it will not overcompensate for lens facing light and shadow. I took this selfie, right, you can see like the background, they blur very nicely for you already. Look at that! And not only that, right, they have AI portrait retouching. It will adjust accordingly to like the ambient colors and skin tones, whether is it just you in a photo or you have a group selfie, right? Everybody will turn out beautiful thanks to this AI retouching function. Yeah! So let's talk about the battery next, okay? So the battery, right, is really very powerful, okay? 5000 mAh long-lasting battery, okay? So it will give you day-long power even after you use like a lot of apps, you watch a lot of videos, you use the camera a lot, okay? You no need to check your battery percentage anymore because you can feel very reassured that this battery really lasts very long, okay? And then this one will also give you a very smooth experience, up to 4GB of extended RAM, so you don't need to decide like which photos to keep, which photos to delete, because it comes with a lot of storage, okay? And they have their self-developed RAM expansion that converts available ROM to RAM to support highly demanding apps and reduces lag. So if you have like a high performing game and stuff, okay, they will change accordingly, then it will run a lot smoother. So it comes with 64GB storage, but if you get a micro SD card, okay, you can get an extra 1TB. But then this one is not provided by them, you have to buy your own SD card, okay? So in terms of display, right, very cool color-rich eye care display. It has 100% DCI P3 high color gamut and intelligent dimming combined to ensure smoother, truer colors, and delicate definition that is easier on the eyes, okay? And Tori has demonstrated this before, but this has ultra volume mode. So it's very, very, very loud. So you can hear everything like louder and clearer with the ultra volume mode. So you can double your external volume for whether is it videos, ringtones, alarm, and notifications. But you know, we would like you to be considerate of the people around you, okay? So if let's say you're like on a bus or MRT or anything, right, please do not play this out loud. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, okay? So yeah, it can get really loud. So let me just demonstrate. This is really good for older folks who are hard of hearing as well, okay? So that's why with the extra volume and everything, in case you're like in a very crowded place, right, you can still call your grandma, call your mother, call your father, and they'll still be able to pick it up, okay? So other than that, there's also IPX4 water resistance. So they have gone through like rigorous waterproofing and splash tests to ensure that it will reach a very good standard so that there will be no fear of water damage. If you have a little bit more budget, we now have the Reno 7Z 5G. Okay, so retail price, this phone, right, unfortunately we do not have it with us, so we will be showing it this way. Retail price, it was $554, but now you can get it at almost half, okay, $280 and 10 cents. Also comes with 2 years of warranty. So for this particular phone, it comes in 2 colors, Cosmic Black and Rainbow Spectrum. It's quite light, it weighs around 173 grams, its thickness differs very slightly from the 2 colored phones. For the Cosmic Black, it is 7.49 mm, for the Rainbow Spectrum, slightly thicker, 7.55 mm, okay? So for that phone, right, it comes with a 6.4-inch AMOLED screen that is perfect for binge watching your favorite shows. It has low blue light eye protecting capabilities and the function adaptive sleep to ensure that your screen never switches off while you're watching your shows, because I hate that. And in terms of sound, right, whether is it for videos, gaming, or even just listening to music, it has Real HD Sound 3.0, which will automatically optimize your audio experience to whatever that you're doing, and a Smart Power Amplifier, which will deliver very good quality sound. So it uses the Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 5G SoC to deliver serious phone performance and app startup speed, as well as supporting 5G as well. And the great thing about Oppo phones is that, right, they always charge super fast, okay? So this one is no exception. So it comes with the 33-watt Super VOOC. So you can charge 31% in just 15 minutes, okay? And you can charge its full charge in about 63 minutes, okay? About a little bit over an hour. So this battery, it is quite big, although not as big as the previous one. 4,500 mAh battery, and it can last 262 hours under off-screen mode, okay? In terms of RAM, it is 8 GB up to 5 GB of extended RAM, okay? So 128 GB ROM, but you can have up to 1 TB extra storage, okay? It has this thing called Air Gesture. So you can actually control, like, for example, it's not this phone, you can control your phone without touching the screen. Something along those lines, like if you need to swipe, then it will read your gesture, and then it will do whatever you needs to do. So really very, very cool, okay? And then other than that, we can talk about the camera, which is very, very important if you are a person who loves taking nice photos and creating memories. So they allow you to create magical moments with the bokeh flare portrait, okay? So you can just like tap, right, and then it will auto blur for you. So they have very powerful AI algorithms to run thousands of computations in a second to transform like your background lights into very cool blurry spheres that we are used to in bokeh. So it's like the drama of a DSLR, but just in your phone, okay, while focusing on your beautiful faces. They also have selfie HDR. Okay, in the case where your background is like very bright, do not worry. They have an auto trigger algorithm that suppresses backlit backgrounds, as you can see, and protects the tone and detail of your face to balance your picture perfectly, even in portrait mode, so you can stay the star of the photo. So they also have portrait retouching. So they are using an industry-leading AI algorithm that will blur out your imperfections while keeping your natural beauty. Okay, so it will retouch the image differently for each unique face. They have this thing called Color Me Beautiful, which is what they call an AI color portrait. So what it does is that, right, you can stand out in gorgeous full color against a dramatic black and white background. Can you see how dramatic it looks? Really very cool, okay? So it looks like you're in a movie set or something. So they have this another thing called Style Steals, which is the AI palette one, which you mentioned just now. So for that one, right, it will allow you to copy any filter or lighting from any image and then apply it to your own picture. Okay, you can choose from the ones that are inside the phone, or I think you can like grab photos from other places. Okay, so let's say you see a photo online, then you see the color palette very nice, very, I don't know, psycho pop or something, and then you want to have that for your photo as well, and then they use AI for you to be able to emulate the same palette. So really very cool. So they have another function called the dual view video. So the dual view video allows you to record front and back camera at the same time. So by doing so, right, you can be like the actor and the director at the same time. They have a powerful camera system, of course, considering all the things that you can do with it. You can change between the 64MP main cam, the depth cam for creative bokeh shots, and the macro cam for details as close as up to 4 cm. Okay, so you can never miss anything with the super camera, because algorithms will also reconstruct images at a sub-pixel level to create an ultra clear 108 megapixel image. Okay, so you can get very clear, ultra clear 108 megapixel images. There's also AI scene enhancement for you to get that professional photo shoot look. Okay, so boost your images with the AI scene enhancement. Okay, like improving color, improving contrast, and there's no need for any further editing because you are beautiful people. But the phone itself, right, has very cool aesthetic features. So it comes with this thing called the dual orbit lights. Okay, so it's a result of many hours, hundreds of hours of engineering to place this ring structure, this complex structure under the camera lens ring cap. So this is not the phone, I just want to say, right, so let's say this is the camera, right, there's this ring around it that will light up one for that phone. Okay, not this phone, for that phone. So it will shine up to 50,000 hours. It will shine, give you, for every 2 hours of shining, it will take up only 1% of power consumption. So the lights, right, of that feature will match the color of the phone that you choose. So what it does is that it's really more than just aesthetics, because it acts as a notification light. So if you plug your phone, if you charge it, right, it will also light up to indicate to you that it's still charging. So it's very pretty, like Gemini stars in the night sky, and then it will draw your attention if you got, let's say, important calls, important messages, while keeping the whole look very uniform, very sexy, very slim. Okay, so really very cool for that second phone. But now we can move on to our last phone, the Oppo Find N3 Flip. Original price, it was 1499, but now promo price, they did cut it down. Okay, 1449. And you can also get the gift with purchase, and there's also I think you can use Q10 coupons on it. Okay, so depending on what coupons you have, please do give it a try and apply to see see whether is it applicable or not. Otherwise, the price is already discounted, okay? So for this phone, right, the Oppo Find N3 Flip has been very recently launched, okay? So obviously when you open it up, you have the phone. If you don't have the phone, go back to the shop, okay? And then this is the phone. Let me set this aside. Okay, then we have the phone case here. Okay, they give you a free casing because straight away you want to protect your new baby, then you can use it straight away, okay? And they will match according to the phone that you have also, okay? So this one is the phone case and it comes with the SIM ejector as well. So this is something very important, try not to lose it. And then we have the cable for your charging needs. This is USB-C, and then they have the charger brick thing, okay? So without this, you can technically still charge with other USB ports, but very important, this one works the best with it, okay? If you want your super fast charging. For this phone, right, this model, you can choose from 3 different colors. They have misty pink, cream gold, and sleek black. So what we have is the very cool misty pink. Oh my god. So in terms of size and weight, right, the height when expanded is about 166.4 mm. When folded is about 85.5 mm. In terms of width, it's 75.8 mm, folded exactly the same. Okay, in terms of thickness, right, if you were to open it up, it is 7.79 mm, and if you fold it, it's slightly double, 16.45 mm, and it is really very light, about 198 grams. Okay, so they changed a bunch of stuff. Okay, one being the hinge itself, and because of the way the hinge is made, right, okay, when you open it up, there's practically no gaps at all, as you can see. So that's why Oppo was able to get it a IPX4 splash resistant rating. So once again, splash resistant does not mean it's waterproof. It just means that if you get rained on, right, no worries, okay? Okay, so yes, this hinge, right, it is known as the Flexion hinge. So it will really give you like seamless folding. And I don't know, sometimes I forgot that this was foldable because the crease is really barely noticeable. And they offered you a trick, right, which I found online. If you really don't want to see the crease at all, right, you can just get a very light colored wallpaper, and most likely you'll just forget that it's even there. It uses aircraft grade steel and an industry leading water drop design. They tested with 600,000 folds and it is still durable, okay? And I did some quick maths for you. If let's say you open 50 times a day, right, like I would, not 110, 50 times a day, it's already quite a lot, but it can last you 30 years. And they added new features as well. They have this alert slider right here at the side, which is actually a physical switch, okay? So I really appreciate something like this because it makes it so much easier to switch from silent, vibrate, and ring mode even in your pocket. So if you just click the slide the alert slider, you can change from vibrate, ring to like silent immediately, okay? So the cover screen, let's talk about the cover screen. It is more or less the same as before. However, Oppo has improved it by a lot. The cover display of the Find N3 Flip now allows users to type as they would on the primary display. So simply said, right, it is a fully functional display in its own right. So if you are smart enough to notice, right, you will see that the aspect ratio of the cover screen is 17 to 9, okay, which is pretty much like your normal average smartphone. So it looks it's very familiar to use, okay? And then now you can have so many apps on the cover screen, okay? So from your messaging apps to even TikTok talk. You can even access the control center from here by just swiping down, and then you can go to like your airplane mode or your torchlight. And then you can even check out your notifications from here. You can customize the shortcuts to put here, and then you can even have quick access to selfie camera on or all your messaging apps, okay? And it's crazy because if you are to enter your messaging apps right from this display, let me show you messages, okay? It will pop out a whole keyboard for you to type. So let's say, right, start new conversation. You can type the whole keyboard is for you. The whole keyboard is here for you. Then you can type. And then it's just like a very mini version of like your handphone right here. So it's really very cool, okay? Fully functional and so convenient, and you can do all this without opening up your phone fully, okay? So for the selfie mode, right, it can use the cover screen, right? And because of the perfect aspect ratio, right, how you take it is exactly how you get ready. So just now I was like busy taking selfies in the office. There's a super cute panda in front. Okay, so previously, right, the N2 Flip, the mascots were in 2D, but now you can have 3D pets, and there's up to 8 to choose from, and the animations will differ depending on what time you tap on them, whether is it at night or in the daytime. Then the animals will be doing very different stuff. I think I convinced you that the cover screen is really quite a big game changer and puts it on quite a competitive level compared to other brands with similar cover screens, okay? So let's talk a bit about the specs before we head to the most attractive part of the phone, which is the camera features. So let's talk about the specs. For RAM and ROM, we have 12 GB RAM and 256 GB storage. The RAM type that it uses is the LPDDR5X. The display, the size, right, for the main screen, it is 6.8 inches diagonally. Whoa, diagonally. For the cover screen, it is 3.26 inches diagonally. So the screen ratio is 85.9% resolution. So for the main screen, right, it is Full HD 2520 by 1080 using the LTPO AMOLED. And for the cover screen, it is SD 720 by 382. So for the refresh rate, right, the main screen we have 120 Hz, and for the cover screen it is 60 Hz. So it's very smooth, okay, very seamless. So for the color wise, main screen we have 1.07 billion colors, and for the cover screen we have 16.7 million colors. So that's a lot of colors. In terms of pixel density, for the main screen there's 403 ppi, and for the cover screen it is 250 ppi. And in terms of brightness, right, if you're out in the sun, no problem. The main screen, it is typically 500 nits. The cover screen also can go to 500 nits, but if you're in ultra super bright sun, right, the main screen can go up to 1200 nits, and then the cover screen can go up to 800 nits, okay? So like I said, in the sunlight, really no problem. And then in terms of brightness, sorry, let me skip that. For the main screen, right, it is very well protected. It uses short UTG for the main screen, and for the cover screen they use the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. So let's talk about the chips. Okay, CPU MediaTek Dimensity 9200. The CPU speed cores, they have 8 cores. GPU, they are using the ARM Immortalis G715MC11 at 981 MHz. And for the battery, so far, this is the smallest one out of the 3, but it's still very powerful, very typical size of 4300 mAh. It also comes with the super fast charge, the 44 watt super VOOC. Okay, you can charge 58% in just half an hour, okay? So really very fast. I'm very envious of this feature, okay? There's also biometrics if you guys want to do fingerprint scanning, okay? It also supports 2 nano SIM cards. You can connect very easily with its WLAN, 2.4 gigahertz or also 5 gigahertz. It comes with Bluetooth, of course, for you to use your Bluetooth accessories, Bluetooth 5.3, and uses the Bluetooth low energy version as well. So in terms of charging, right, the port here, it is a USB Type-C and runs on Color OS 13.2. Okay. So enough about the specs. Le-en, you're too naggy. Let's go to the camera. The camera very important. I know, I understand, okay? I am a camera girly. So what we have here is the very famous Hasselblad camera, known for the astounding high quality photos that it can bring. And I would say you can definitely keep your expectations high because your expectations will be met by this phone, okay? Very cool. So let's focus on what we call the rear camera, or cameras. In this case, we have 3 right here. So we have the 50MP main camera, okay, that one is for wide angles. They have the 48MP ultra wide camera for even wider angles, and the 32MP portrait camera, and that is also the telephoto lens. So in terms of photos and videos you can take, right, they have a lot of different kinds. There's like night mode, video mode, photo mode, portrait mode, pro mode, panorama, movie, slow-mo, long exposure, time-lapse, sticker, AI, ID photo, text, scanner, expand, high-res, and Google Lens. And because of the way the phone is, right, the flex form, it will allow you to have the freedom to do hands-free photography. And you can also have waist-level framing without bending your back. So let me just show you, okay? Bend it in half, like that. And then look at that. Okay, if you bend it in half, right, the camera screen, the screen immediately moves to the top half. And then you can just, sorry, that's my producer. Okay, so yeah, this is, I'm trying to, okay, so example like this, right? So you can just like, take photo, hold out your hand. 1, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Then you can have photos like these already, which is really very cool, okay? So no need for extra tripod. You just need your phone. So this is basically a self-made tripod, and then you can use this feature to take like long exposure photos as well as time lapses. You can also take videos like a classic video camera by just folding it. So let me demonstrate. So you want to take video, if you just fold it in half, okay, then you can take video like that. And then the best part about having a cover screen, right, is that you can preview your photo before taking it. So whether is it your friend helping you take a photo, right? Yeah, as you can see, if you're someone who's standing over there, right, you can immediately see what is going on and how your lousy Instagram boyfriend is like framing you. You adjust yourself instead of asking them to adjust themselves, okay? So you can just post accordingly to the cover photo that you can see. So it's really very cool, especially if you like have a giant group of people, okay? There's always unfortunate instances where somebody's half the face kind of cut off and everything. Okay, if you have this phone, right, you will not have that problem because everybody can see themselves in the cover photo and adjust accordingly to make sure that they are in frame, okay? So really very cool. In terms of video, right, if you are an aspiring movie maker, the rear camera can go up to 4K 30 frames per second. You can also shoot 1080p at 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second. You can even go down to 720p at 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second. So really depending on what you need to film. If you just need to film something very, very basic, right, you can save space, just use like 720p. So for the front camera, it can film 4K also, okay? Tori was very astounded by this. But yeah, the front camera can also shoot 4K, can also shoot 1080, can also shoot 720p at 30 FPS, okay? So the default video, right, when you turn it on, right, it will be shooting at 1080p at 30 frames per second with a beauty filter enabled and stuff like that.